Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Crimi-Trent. We're getting close to Father's Day and let's do a simple, fun, cute Trout Father's Day card. What do you say? I'm using just B paper today. I'm not using the arches. It's a little cheaper paper to buy. Simple colors. So let's get started on this fun tutorial. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them in the comment section. And get your paintbrush and let's go. Alright, so I'm going to go over my supplies. I have a piece of B cotton cold press paper. I just basically folded it in half. I think it's like a 7 by 10. I'm not really sure. I've got three of those. I have my paints, my brushes, my pots of water up here, and my paper towel. I'll draw out the fish for you, the trout, so you can understand what it's. I already drew it on my piece of paper here, so it's basically, you're taking a curved line going down. That's for the head. Come down, curl it, go in and back out. There's a little mouth. Go like that, and then you do the tail. So he's making the tail like that. Then he's got the fins. Little fin over here, and a fin here. He's going down, a little curved line, so you're curving it. Straight line going that way and diagonal and curving in, and your eye. Oops, little eye in there. And then he'll have some color we're going to wash in here, and we're going to wash in the color in here. I'm going to put little dots over in here, and just the little lines. You know what I mean. We're going to wash in the color. It's this weird area around here, his eyes. I'm going to have to tape this guy down or open up the card part. That might be easier. To open it up, I've already penciled it in. It's a little too dark for me. I'm going to fill this out. Okay, so the colors we'll be using for this, he's kind of like rustic tail. I'm using the burnt sienna. This is just a generic burnt sienna, nothing special. He does have a little pink in the middle for the rainbow part. So I take that bright pink. It's a bright. That's that Holbein bright pink. Getting it very watery because I don't want an intense pink. He has like a greenish. I'll take some of this medium green and some of this olive green. Olive green is a good color. So it's like a golden green brown. Does it make any sense? Burnt umber. It's not like a typical green. It's a green with gold with green, pink and browns, and a slight tinge of blue. So I'll get my cerulean here. All right, so those are the colors we'll have to start with. You could do wet on wet. We're going to start off doing a little wet on dry. So I'm going to take my Grumbacher 10. I just think it's a better brush for this. I'm going to grab that sienna color and I'm going to do the tail part. Just filling it in that color. See, I didn't do this whole part yet. And I can do this fin. And this fin. It's a little more rounded, see? And I might add a little dark burnt umber on the edge here and here. Let that bleed in a little bit. Again, take this burnt sienna color, do the fin up here. I don't know if your father's a fisherman. Mine's not. He's an artist. But, the typical dad kind of cards. And the little teeny fin here. All right. Now I'm going to clean off our brush. And when I get this damp, not super wet, just damp, the rest, except his eye, the rest of his body. So you don't want a lot of water. You just want to kind of see the sheen. If you look on the side of your paper, there's a slight sheen, you know it's a little wet. There's too much water. It's all going to bleed together and it's not going to look pretty. Just going to get it damp. Okay, I can see that it's all damp. And if this kind of color in here bleeds, that's fine. Okay, we're going to start to add colors in here. The bluish tone, just go right in here. Put it down in here. It does have another fin in here. We'll deal with that later. I didn't draw that in. Get that blue in here. It's a very pale blue tone. If it gets a little darker, it's not a big deal. And up in here by his mouth, put a little blue up there too. All right, I'm gonna grab this greeny color. It's a little too bright olivey. We're gonna just keep going over this color though. Going down in here, up over in here over his eye. And up by the eye, I'm gonna grab some hooker's green. And a little burnt umber. I want this a little darker. There we go. It's a dark green. I'm just filling in around the eyes, and then I'm going to kick it out this way. Push it out this way. Get that hooker's green with some burnt umber. This paper is a little different than the arches, so we're going to work with this as best as we can. And I would add some of this burnt sienna. Grab some of that burnt sienna up over in here too. It's like a weird greeny, I don't know, orangey color. Then you could add a little blue again, right here. Doesn't have to be perfect, like I said. And then we're gonna have that pink. Get that bright pink. I might have to tone that down just a bit with some of that burnt umber. And we're gonna put this pink stripe, because the rainbow trout has this pink stripe through it. We don't want it to be purple, so we don't want that blue to blend into it. So I'm gonna have to dab with a paper towel. So I don't want that blue to turn that pink into purple. It should be pink. Grab my pink. That's the signature of the rainbow trout. It has this pink stripe across it. And the gill area over here, pinkish orange. Just fill some of that in. It's like this swooping color, kind of like a curve. We'll get more detail with that in a minute. Just want that pink in there. Going back in. Doesn't really bother me if it's brighter. I want it to bleed. This paper is not the best for the bleeding, I'll tell you that right now. But it's great for making a card because it's cheap. Right, Brady? My dog got a haircut today. Yes. I don't think he's happy about it, but we are. Okay. And now we're going to just go and add some of that burnt sienna detail. So, concentrated burnt sienna with a little of that pink. And I'll zoom in. This is like the gills behind his eyes, just this curved coloration here and down in here. Mine's kind of blending too much, but that's okay. And grab some of that burnt sienna. Just go right in there with his mouth. And you know, if it doesn't look exactly like this, it's fine, because it's your interpretation of a rainbow trout. Right? Grab a little black and I'll stick that in here. is the area around his face, well, his eye is much darker. Darker green. Get this orange. This burnt sienna. Whoops. Again, putting in this and the pink. It's kind of blended. Now there is another fin here that I forgot about. So we'll grab the burnt sienna and we'll do a fin. So it's just like this. So it's a curved line on top, swooping curve, kind of like an eye you would do, but the fin goes down like this. And then I would make the top area. My paints are all falling apart here. Put some burnt sienna, burnt umber. Put some little lines going in here. A little darker on the top. Do the same thing here. See, it dried, and so it's dried really light. I'm going to go back in, put some shadow of the dark tones in here. We'll grab some more of that sienna, push that out, up in here too. Don't worry if it's not perfect. Okay. Like I said, the bleeding in this card is different than if you had Arches piece of paper. I'm going to get some more of this darker green up in here. Burnt umber, kind of bleeding up in here. Get some more burnt umber. Just want to get in here. And down on here. I need to get the shadow going here for the tail. So we're just adding some burnt umber right here. See? It's like that. Curve it where the tail would end and meet the fish body. And then push some of that color out into the tail. You can even add a touch of black too to get it even darker. We don't want to add too much black because we're going to have black dots on his body and some lines on his tail. All right, he's kind of looking okay. I'm going to grab a different brush for his eye. I need a more pointy, smaller brush. I'll use the Princeton number 5 round. Use whatever small brush works for you. Grab some black watercolor paint. Very creamy, not, actually before I do that, sorry. I'm going to grab some more burnt umber, excuse me, oh my god, I can't think. Dark yellow, this one's really bright though. Going to add some burnt umber, make it a golden yellow. And I'm going to go with the inside of the eye. It's going to be this golden color first. You don't want it super wet. There you go. You can put a little detail too down here. He's got this weird gill here, and do the gill line here. And some of it's pink, so I'm going to grab some of that pink back. Oh boy. Put some in here. If it's too bright, just water it down a bit. Trying to get the details in now. Grab some of that blue. Put that blue on the bottom. Again, go down here. Just do a light line. Okay. You can even wash in some more blue that you had, the cerulean blue, under here. And that pink really dried. I want a little touch of the bright pink in the center. There. Just a little touch. So we're going to go back to the eye. Make sure the black paint isn't super watery. You want it really kind of right out of the tube, because this looks a little wet still. So we're going to go into the circle. Yeah, it bled. Keep a little halo. My eye bled. That's okay. It happens to the best of us. Take a paper towel. Just dab it. Oh goodness, see? Look at, I got paint right there. If you got a mistake like that, right away, go in there and grab water. Get in there and dab it out. Keep doing that till the paint comes out. Happens to the best of us, see? Grab that water, clean it, paper towel. That's why a paper towel close by. Keep doing that till you can get that color up. So I'm gonna have a little dot there. That's okay. So I fixed the eye. I'm gonna go back in and grab that paint again. The yellow wasn't dry. You want to make sure it's dry. See what happens in real time when I paint. Now, let's see if this is dry. Taking that black paint, it can be a touch watery, not super watery. We're going to have fun with dots, because this guy has a lot of dots. Dots, dots, dots. Dots everywhere. See, we're just putting these dots down. Oops, not too big and not too small. A lot of dots. Sporadic ones around here. If it bleeds a little bit, it's no big deal. Dots, dots. More dots in the center. Trying to keep them a little bit uniform, not big and small. But a lot of dots. And then there's dots going upward on the fins. See, like that? Dots on this fin. Dots on the tail, but there's no dots on the other fins. Now, before you do the dots on the tail part, you could take your burnt umber, get that wet, with some burnt sienna, and just put some lines in there. And then you can put the dots in, right on top of that. Dots, dots. So this is the fun part. Looking like a fish, huh? Now this paper, like I said, isn't the best, but it's cheap and it's great for making a card. Put dots over here. And I'm gonna put, it's not wet. A little teeny line around the outer edge of that yellow on the eye, just to pull up the eye. Look at that, makes a big difference. And on this gill over here. He looks realistic, doesn't he? Now I'll take some burnt umber, tinge of black, and I'll make some lines on the fins going down here and here. And there you have it. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial on how to make a cute Father's Day fish trout, rainbow trout card. If you have any questions, again, please leave them in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget, I have my new Patreon over there. I'll be adding some new stuff to it this week. If you want to head over there and you want to join that. So take care, guys. Thanks for all your support. I'll speak to you soon.